In this session, we're going to discuss a number of cloud systems and mechanisms. A physical perimeter surrounds a set of IT resources which are owned and governed by a single organization. A logical perimeter spans beyond a physical boundary to isolate IT resources from non-authorized users. Dynamic caching, compression, and prefetching of data is used to enhance the user experience. Virtualization enables a cloud services provider to share a single physical resource among a number of cloud services consumers. Resource replication is the creation of multiple copies of an IT resource. Service relocation avoids disruption or downtime by duplicating or migrating IT resources. A ready-made environment provides cloud services consumers with the tools needed to develop, deploy, and manage applications in the cloud. The automated scaling listener is a service agent that tracks communication between service consumers and services for dynamic scaling purposes. Dynamic scaling enables IT administrators to configure triggers that enable the dynamic allocation of IT resources from resource pools. Cloud bursting scales IT resources from an on-premise environment into the cloud whenever a predefined capacity threshold is reached. A load balancer is an agent with the logic to perform automatic horizontal scaling by balancing workload across two or more IT resources. Workload distribution uses a load balancer to distribute work across multiple IT resources. The Usage Monitor is a lightweight agent responsible for collecting and processing IT usage data. The SLA Monitor collects and processes services runtime performance data. The Audit Monitor collects and processes auditing data for IT resource usage and network traffic. The pay-per-use monitor generates usage logs for billing and chargeback purposes. A load balancer distributes workload across a redundant deployment of services. Cloud balancing is a process by which an IT administrator routes IT resource requests to services or applications running across multiple clouds. A failover system uses clustering technology to provide a redundant implementation of a service. A hypervisor is primarily used to create multiple instances of virtual servers on a single physical server host. Resource clustering combines IT resources that could be geographically dispersed into a single logical group. Resource pooling refers to an automated system that groups similar IT resources into a pool and coordinates access to those resources. A server cluster is a physical or virtual cluster designed specifically to improve performance and availability. Virtual machine mobility is enabled through the use of shared storage that enables a virtual server to live migrate from one physical server to another. A database cluster uses a synchronization feature to maintain the consistency of data stored across multiple physical storage devices to improve availability. A large dataset cluster partitions and distributes data across a number of storage devices without compromising data integrity. To simplify the design and maintain consistency within a resource cluster architecture, systems with identical characteristics and capacity are preferred. A load balance cluster increases IT resource capacity by distributing workload among cluster nodes while preserving centralization of IT resource management. A high availability cluster maintains system availability in the event of multiple node failures and usually has a redundant implementation of all of the clustered IT resources. Virtualization clustering enables a resource pool to be created from virtual servers running on hypervisors hosted on multiple physical servers. A multi-device broker enabled cloud services consumers to access cloud services via a range of protocols and devices. Applications typically upload runtime state data into a state management database in order to reduce runtime memory requirements and increase performance and availability.